The Durian Heat, bringing big ideas, critical opinions in Southeast Asia.
Hi, this is Arlene and you're listening to Durian ASEAN, the voice of discovery and sharing. Today we have a guest to speak at our Durian Heat. He is actually one of the partners for the Tom, Dick and Harry's. His name is Ernest Ong, and today we are going to talk about the flood relief efforts by the Tom, Dick and Harry's restaurant, I would say, or bar. How do you describe it?
Well, we are actually considered a pub and grub.
Pub and grub.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a sexy name to describe yourself. Just a bit of a background about your pub and grub.
Okay, we started this Tom, Dick and Harry's in a neighborhood area in this place called Taman Tun Dr. Ismail. That was 5 years ago we started it. So it was merely a neighborhood pub, you know.
It's a community
pub.
It's
a community pub where people from the neighborhood would come after work, have drinks, have some food, read newspaper, meet some friends, and then go home. So, in other words, we started off as a very community-based, and that was the objective anyway when we started it. Yeah, and then it grew from there after 5 years. It's been 5 years.
Wow, 5 years. Yeah. I thought it's just like last 2 years you guys opened. But so, what do you actually serve in the pub?
Well, we are no different than
your typical regular
restaurant.
Oh, restaurant.
We serve wholesome meals, burgers, pastas, and then on top of that we have got a bar that serves beer, drinks.
So all the sinful food will be there?
Well, not exactly sinful. We've got like I said, wholesome meal, you know. Mm-hmm. You can get a snack, or you can get a full meal, or you can get a salad, you know. So it caters to a wide range of customers.
So that was 5 years ago. Now?
That was 5 years ago, and then we expanded along the line. We have a few other outlets that are not Tom, Dick and Harry's. We've got a few other restaurants as well. But as far as Tom, Dick and Harry's is concerned, we've got 3 Tom, Dick and Harry's. Yeah. 3.
Where is it located?
No, we've got one in Taman Tun, one down in Pavilion, and one, the latest edition, is in Oasis Ara Damansara.
So that day, which was last week, you launched I would say a project, a flood relief project in conjunction with what happened a couple of weeks ago in Kelantan and other areas within the East Coast, where the heavy rains have caused a huge flood there. So what prompted Tom, Dick and Harry's to do something beyond just selling beers and burgers?
Well, like I said, we are very community based, you know. The success of our brand for the past 5 years has been this. We care about the community. We do a lot of community activities, such as we've got a blood donation drive. It's called a pint for a pint. You give us a pint of blood, we give you a pint of whatever you want to drink.
Wow, that's cool, man.
Then every year we've got the charity run where we raise funds for orphanage, and this has been quite successful. We started our first run 5 years ago with 16 runners. The last run 2 months ago we had 2,500 runners.
Wow.
So and then we've got our
that event is called Mo Mantai, right?
Yeah, the Mo Mantai run. and that's our tagline, by the way. And then we've got our golf tournament, we've got our adventure club, where all the customers, instead of coming to our pub and drinking and all, we organize mountain climbing. Like every year we've got a climb to Mount KK. It's called a Mo Mantai climb. And then we help out in a soup kitchen every month, where some of our customers will volunteer, and then we'll bring them to the soup kitchen, and then we distribute food sponsored by us to all the homeless in downtown. Then we have our cycling club, our running club, our fishing club. So that's the core of Tom, Dick and Harry's, very community centered.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So when you first started out, like you and your partners, why you want to serve the community and also at the same time, provide them with good beers and good burgers? What prompted you?
Well, it's number one, it's because the environment we are in. Number two, we started this pub, the first Tom, Dick and Harry's. Almost, I would say it's almost, we didn't expect it to be so big, to be honest. But we started it for fun, so friends can come, we can run together, we can go fishing together, we can donate blood together, and it became big. Like I said, never in my wildest dream would we have 2,500 runners joining our run. We started with 16. Yeah.
So the initial plan is to quit your day job. That's the reason why you started a pub.
Well, of course, like in any business, we don't aim to fail. we aim to be successful, whether in the bank accounts or whether by building the brand alone. Mm-hmm. And I must say that we have been quite successful in building the brand, and the brand revolves around these community activities, and I must say the core and the value of this has brought the brand and made the brand to be one of the known brand around, yeah.
So why Tom, Dick and Harry? Why not regular Joe or something else that are more community based?
It's just a name that we picked when we started.
Is there a story behind it, or is this like, hey, let's just name it Tom, Dick and Harry?
We wanted, because it was a very community centered place and it's in the neighborhood. We wanted any and everyone to be able to come, whether you're 60, whether you're and in fact, if you come on Sundays, you see, we open for breakfast, by the way, on Sundays. You see families coming, probably 3 generations.
Wow.
The grandchildren, the parents, and the grandparents having breakfast together. The kids will be running around, the parents and the father probably will be reading newspaper, the mother probably will be reading the magazines. So we picked this name because we wanted a place where anyone and everyone is welcome. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And just as long as you come and anyone and everyone is welcome, as long as you wear something.
That's a funny one. And your tagline is Mo Mantai. What does that mean exactly?
Well, 3 years ago, when this brand was picking up, we thought that it would be good that we have a tagline. Okay, like any other successful brand, they have a tagline, and we were very kiasu. We wanted a tagline too, but we wanted a tagline that is very generic. Means any and everyone knows this tagline, and of course it has to bring out the positive attitude and vibes in people. That's why we selected this Mo Mantai. In Cantonese, it means no problem. But the thing is, although it's in Cantonese, but I am sure
most Malaysians would know the meaning.
Yeah, most Malaysians would know this tagline. And this tagline is a tagline that we have very successfully instilled in our customers, in our staff. And the latest tagline, we put an additional sub-tagline to it for this year. It's called Mo Mantai is an attitude. All right. So if you see most of our logos, our collaterals, you see Momantai is an attitude. And I must say, it became so viral that whenever I walk on the street sometimes, people don't call me by name.
Momantai guy.
Yeah, they just call me the Momantai guy.
I guess you should change your IC.
Yeah, probably.
But it's funny how the sense of community and the sense of I would say embracing the diversity that we have in this country has somehow be the core strength of your brand, Tom, Dick and Harry, and it's also because of that you guys have been focusing a lot of activities that is beyond what a typical beer and burger pub would do. I mean, in any of those in other I would say pubs, they would definitely just focus on the business side that makes money, but you focus on more than just business. And throughout these 5 years, has the non-business side of the activities of Tom, Dick and Harry's, has it really actually boost up the kind of likability of people towards your brand?
Well, I must say yes. I'll tell you why I said yes. We recently won a couple of awards, and one of the award is based on popularity.
Oh.
Yeah, we were one of the top pub and grub in KL, and the way of the matrix of judging these outlets based on popularity means I think they don't. It depends on how many votes you get from the public, right? And we were up against a lot of big boys, big brands that have been around for the longest time, brands that are much bigger than us. However, I think we managed to secure the top place, and yeah, we're very thankful from all the votes that we got from public. So yes, my answer is yes. By doing all these community activities, it rallies customers' loyalty. Yeah, that's why we've gotten votes from them and support from them.
How popular is Tom, Dick and Harry, if you wanna give a...
Well, I don't know how to answer this question, but yeah. I've been to coffee shops and then I've overheard conversation on the next table, people talking about it, and yeah, it makes you feel good, you know. Makes you feel good, but yeah.
I want to know more about your activities this year, especially your community activities. Will you have some additional activity besides the kind of activity that you already have, like the Momantai running and the mountain climbing and all that?
Well, we're currently in the midst of planning and charting this year's calendar. That's because we were so busy, we didn't manage to really chart it down. But in terms of additional activity, I don't think we will have any additional activities because I think we have most of it covered.
But usually you will post all your activities in Facebook?
We will post it on our Facebook, and most of our regulars, let's say they're from the running club, they would tell their friends as well, you know, then you get a multiplying effect. Other than that, you won't see it once a while you probably will see it in the newspaper. But what we don't do is we seldom, or actually we have not bought a media space before.
Really?
We've not.
You never advertise your brand in any of the media?
No, we've not paid for a media space before. It's a lot of word of mouth, and I think that's the most effective.
Since 5 years ago, that's how you market yourself?
Yeah, since 5 years ago.
How do you do it via word of mouth? Did you use social media extensively?
Well, when social media was hot and was at its peak, yes, we did use it. We did use it a lot. But I think now, because it's so common, we've got to move on to gain the age. Gone are the days where social media it's a powerful tool. I mean, it's still powerful, but you don't have that age. You don't have that age. So
too many people.
Too many people.
So nowadays, where do people actually talk about you and hear about you?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe among the friends or something.
Yeah. Or whenever they talk about Mo Mantai, oh, it's that guy.
Yeah.
We'll take a short break. When we return, we'll talk about the initiative that you had launched earlier this month about the Tom, Dick and Harry flood relief project.
The Durian Heat, bringing big ideas, critical opinions in Southeast Asia.
Hi, this is Arlene and we are back again with Ernest Ong. He is one of the partners for Tom, Dick and Harry's. It's a pub that sells burgers and beers, but also it does more than that. It refers itself as the Mo Mantai brand that focus a lot on the community rather than just the business side of being a pub. Anyway, talking about community projects, you definitely, Tom, Dick and Harry definitely is no stranger with all this getting engaged with the public at large. So what prompted you to do a flood relief project?
Well, we actually, at that time, we just finished our big event, which is the run, where we managed to raise 70,000 and donated it to the orphanage. And then I've got a few calls that came in and say, hey, why don't you look into a flood relief program as well? So I didn't thought much about it, and then people start coming back. I've got friends going in to the flood victims and then coming back, and I've been hearing a lot of stories. And then I called for a meeting together with my partners, and we decided that, hey, maybe we should do one together with our customers. Now, because of the urgency of the relief, we had to do it in 4 days. So I made a few calls, and then we got the ball rolling, and then we got a sponsor for a container.
Wow.
For transportation.
What container is that?
It's a 40-footer empty container by a transporter, and then we bought some stuff, and then people donated money, donated stuff, and then we filled the container. And then we made some calls to some of our friends that have 4-wheel drive, and then and boats, because that was almost at the peak of the flood. And yeah, we filled the containers, in other words, and we got 35 volunteers, 10 4-wheel drives, 5 boats. We went down to a town called Mentakap down in Pahang, and we distributed these items.
So you were there
it was mainly
on the ground.
Food.
You were on the ground.
Yeah.
How badly affected the local community?
We went together with. It was bad. It was bad. It was bad that we needed boats. Mm-hmm. Roads were closed. We had to use boats to cross roads to access into submerged kampongs. The villagers couldn't come out, so the only way that they can buy, they can't buy things. They can't come out, so the only way that they can get some food is through people like us, volunteers like us, sending them food into the villages. That was, well, if you want to have a look more, we've got a friend of ours that flew a drone up. His name is O. He flew a drone up to capture the entire scenario. And yeah.
It was really devastating.
Yes, you can actually check it on YouTube. I can give you the link later.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the name of the YouTube?
I think it's called East Coast Flood Relief on YouTube. Yeah.
So that was the first flood relief efforts that you have, and now you are doing a second one.
Well, the first one was very successful in that sense. We came back, and then because it was so fast, we came back, and then a lot of customers, friends called us up and said, "Hey, we saw the video, or it's really bad, and how can we help?" And then within the 2 days after we got back, we've got so many calls that actually prompted us to do another event. And then the day itself, 2 days later when we came back, I met up with Zainal Abidin at night,
the singer.
And he said, "Let's do something." I said, "Okay, this is what I have in mind." And then in like that 15 or 20 minutes meeting, he said, "Let's do this." Then the next day I started calling all my friends who are performers, singers and all. And yeah, collectively it was so fast, we got it within 1 day, the confirmation of all the performers. And these performers are not like any other performers, okay? They're like top notch, probably the cream of the country, in terms of musicians. They're so good. We had one yesterday. It was so good. And yeah.
Can you share with us some of the details of the performance? It's supposed to be for the charity to collect donations for the flood relief. The second phase, which will be more towards recovery rather than emergency aid. So can you describe a bit about the charity performance?
Well, we've made a call. I made a call down to I made a few calls down to all the areas that are affected, and apparently all the flood has subsided. So this is actually phase 2. Yeah, people are now going back to their homes. Some are even trying to look for their homes, and this is the time where they need to rebuild their home. Yeah, they need to rebuild their home. So the second phase, or the second mission that that we're going in this Sunday on the 25th, is basically to provide three things, three objectives. Number one is we're going to provide them with basic necessities, not food. We're going to give them probably 800 to 1,000 family a box that we have prepared, and this box is called the box of hope.
Oh.
All right. In this box, we've got basic necessity items such as it will contain a stove, a kettle, a wok, cooking utensils, cutleries, detergents, brush, sponge. Basically,
all the daily needs.
All the items that you need to rebuild a home, to start from scratch.
And also a bed.
Sorry?
You also have a mattress.
Yeah. We're going to bring a container of mattress down as well. Many times we forget. Every time when we go home, we have a comfortable bed to sleep, whereas the guys down there, our friends there, do not have even a place to sleep. Yeah. So we're going to bring. In fact, we bought a container of mattress that we're going to bring down and just pass it to whoever that needs it.
So how much money you actually needed to ensure that you are able to get all these donation items in the box to the flood victims?
Collectively, I don't know the final figure, but based on rough estimation, for this relief effort, we probably would need approximately 200,000.
200,000.
Yeah.
So every beer counts. No, just kidding. But they can actually give the donation during the charity event itself.
Well, yeah. Like what's being planned is this. the singers, the performers, they're gonna sing, and they're gonna sing in any other occasion. If you go watch this performance, you have to pay a cover charge, or you have to pay a concert ticket. You have to pay to watch them. But in this instance, because it's a charity, it's gonna be a free show. Now, you come in and you watch them sing for free, but we're gonna have the donation box being passed around. Why? A lot of people asked us, why didn't we impose a cover charge or a show fees? Well, why we did it is because we wanted every donation to be from the heart. So we do not want to impose, yeah. Of course, if you fix a high price to a rich guy, hey, what's $200 to watch this show, right? What if someone that doesn't earn as much, who wants to give and also want to enjoy the show? We also want to provide the opportunity for people like this, you know. So we believe any donation that they are going to give have to come from the heart, right? At the end of the day, we are still going to deliver these 2 containers, and we're going to find ways to do it. But the most important thing is sincerity when we do things like that.
And I was impressed with the line of performers that you have. For example, you have, of course, Zainal Abidin. He's part of the core partners in this project. But you also have Ning Baizura, you have Jacqueline Victor, and you have a few like indie up and coming singers and bands like Jumero, Fast Band, and APU. So in a way, you actually, it's actually quite good. Although it started on the 19th of January, it will actually end on 24th of January. And today is
20th.
Actually, it's 21st.
Oh, 21st.
You still have 3 days more to go. Tonight, you actually have Jumero, Fast Band, and APU.
Yes.
Yeah, so very, very, very interesting. But where they can watch all this and also donate for charity?
They can come down to the Tom, Dick and Harry's down in Oasis Damansara. That's near Ara Damansara. We've got a Tom, Dick and Harry's there. It's called the Tom, Dick and Harry's Live. And the performances are all going to be held there.
And what are the other special activities there besides the live show? Or would you?
Oh, yesterday was
opening speech was.
Yesterday was awesome. Yeah, I had a friend. His name is Mark Felix, and he had a ponytail when he came. Yeah, he had a ponytail when he came, and we started to. And it was all impromptu, yeah. And someone said, Mark will pay 300 if you cut your ponytail off right now.
So you have dares.
Yeah. And he said, no, I'll not do it for 300. You know, I've kept this for a long time. And anyway, the beat went up to 1,000. And then he said, I'll cut it for 1,000. And we brought out scissors and we cut his ponytail off for a good cause. Yeah, and someone donated 1,000 in the charity box.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and then we've got song bidding. You know, if you want the performers to sing a certain song, yeah, if they can sing it, you can pay for it. You know, like I'll pay X amount if you can sing me this song. Yeah. So we've got that going. Everything is impromptu, and then in mid of the show we have auctions going on. So it's quite interesting. It's quite fun. Yeah.
You have really big singers like Ning Baizura, Jacqueline Victor, and Zainal Abidin, but they don't need to even pay cover charge to enjoy their music.
No.
And usually, if you go to concert, it will cost them a bomb.
Yeah.
But instead of
this is free as long as it's from the heart. Like I said, as long as it's sincere, we encourage and we appreciate it.
Very, very interesting. So from the perspective of the performers, why they instantly want to support you? Did they give you any reason for that? Or they're like,
to be honest,
we are just friends?
To be honest, talking about that lineup, I'm shocked myself. I'm in awe that within 1 day or 2 days we managed to get the lineup done, and they've been very supportive. Some of them are some of them are friends, some of them are through contacts, and they're not just singing, okay? They have also helped promote the event. They're going to bring their fans over. I know Ning was in another radio station yesterday or day before yesterday promoting the event. Zainal Abidin is promoting the event via television, and then the rest are all promoting. It's a collective effort, it's a collective effort, and it's very encouraging to see in times of need. We don't talk about who owes who favors, how much money is involved. In times of need, Malaysians actually can come together and say, let's do this together.
And we don't even talk about whether Tom, Dick and Harry is a Chinese company or an Indian company.
That's right.
It's just a Momantai company.
So it's amazing.
So in essence, Malaysians are actually quite generous and quite open-minded.
I must say, I've been in this industry for some time. I've met enough of people. Generally, Malaysians are very caring. Like I said, we run a lot of community events, and I've not encountered a time where I have to go to someone and say, hey, this for charity, and they say no to me. I've not encountered it. So in general, of course, you have some that would ask some question so that they know whatever they're giving, someone is accountable for. But in general, no one have actually said or given us a hard time.
So that's Malaysian for you. Anyway, we'll take a second break. When we return, we will have Ernest Ong continue talking about the flood relief mission, the second mission in fact.
The Durian Heat, bringing big ideas, critical opinions in Southeast Asia.
Hey, this is Arlene. We are back again with Ernest Ong. He is one of the partners for Tom, Dick and Harry's. It's your local pub with an interesting twist because they do a lot of community events, and one of it is the Tom, Dick and Harry's flood relief second mission, where they invite a couple of really not just up and coming but also very prominent artists to sing, and this is for a good cause, for charity, and the money that is being collected, they will actually buy these boxes of hope, where it will contain all the necessities or basic needs for the flood victims to be able to rebuild their lives and to be able to get through the aftermath of the flood better. So what's your aim, with this flood relief mission? What's the end goal for this?
Well, we have, like I said, we've got 3 objectives, and these 3 objectives, it's very important in an event like this. Number 1 is we're going in to provide physical necessity. That's the box of hope, and the mattresses, and that almost everyone can go and can donate. But the reason why we wanted to do it ourselves means we wanted to go down to the scene itself together with volunteers, is we want to fulfill 2 more other objectives. That is to provide encouragement to people, to the victims, and the other one is to provide hope to them. and to just, just by being there, sometimes your presence would make them feel, hey, at least someone still cares, at least there's still hope, and that's what we want to achieve. We want to achieve that.
Did you spoke to any of the flood victims when you were conducting the first mission?
Yeah, of course we did. We went into the villages, and in fact some of them, some of our volunteers actually got offered to have meals with them. So on the way back, I said, let's stop for lunch, and some of them say, oh, we already had lunch. I say, where? They say, oh, in the house. Yeah. So they cook some canned foods for them and say, hey, thank you very. So they are also very appreciative, yeah.
And I mean, they have very little for themselves, but they also cook for the volunteers.
So I tell you, the objective is beyond that. The objective is not just to encourage them. We were indeed encouraged by them, yeah.
So, and when it comes to Malaysians from the East Coast, what was your overall impression with how much suffering that they were facing and how much devastated they were in terms of their livelihood and their personal feelings?
Okay, if you can't see the video, or if you happen to see the video, you will notice some of the houses that are in the video, the water level is to the roof, okay? But what you don't see is the houses that are fully submerged in the water. Yeah, so basically, how affected is, some of them are really affected, means they've got to start from zero again. Zero. The whole house is gone, the car is gone, the money is gone, probably the birth cert is also gone, so they need a lot of help in that sense, and I must say the journey is going to be tough and the journey is going to be long. Yeah.
So this is just like very basic sort of what you can do.
Yeah, this is the little that we can do to encourage and as well be encouraged in return. Yeah.
What about Malaysians that want to volunteer with you guys for the second mission?
Well, I think for the trip itself, we are quite full. A lot of people have came forward and they've put their names, and we ran on a basis, on first come first serve basis. But if they want to come from today till Saturday at 6 till 9, what we'll be doing is we're going to pack the boxes. They can come, join us, pack the boxes, and that's one way. The other way is of course, everything costs money. We need donations. We need donations. So we have actually bought all these items beforehand, even before getting the donations in.
So if you want to encourage Malaysians to donate, to come to the charity event and support you guys as well, what's your message to them? Like, why do you think KLites should leave their cocoons and should care about others, especially their brothers and sisters from the East Coast?
I think a lot of us have taken a lot of things for granted. I can share with you one incident that has played a role for me in many sense. When we were packing the items for the first mission, and we've got competitors next to us, the other restaurants and all. They have one particular restaurant, the staff came over, and these are foreigners, okay? If I'm not mistaken, they're from Thailand. They can't exactly speak English. They don't earn a lot, probably 800 ringgit a month or 900 ringgit a month. They came and asked us, what are we doing? Why there's so all these items here? And we explained to them, we're helping the flood victims and all. And they went back. Few hours later, they came back with few bags of rice.
Wow.
They just handed to us. And I said, where do you get this rice? Oh, we collected among ourselves few ringgits, and then, yeah, this a contribution. And they're not even Malaysians, okay? I guess sometimes when we're comfortable, we take a lot of things for granted, you know. And yeah, we have to be exposed to see what's going on, because I think when there will be a time where we will be in need as well. It might not be the flood. It might be something else. So
all the best for the flood relief mission, for the second mission especially, and for those Malaysians that want to catch their favorite singers as well as to donate for charity, they can come to the Oasis Ara Damansara. There's a Tom, Dick and Harry pub there, and you can watch your favorite singers until the 24th of January, because they will be leaving on the 25th, to provide the boxes of hope. So anyway, thank you very much.